G'day Pickleball family. First thing to know, as shared on thedinkpickleball.com, paddle technology crackdown continues. PPA bans Yola Gen 3s at Texas Open. In an email late Tuesday night, the PPA Tour notified pro players that the Yola Gen 3 paddles were banned from play at the PPA Texas Open. The email stated, please note that a decision was made last night that the Gen 3 Yola paddles are not approved for play at the Texas Open due to a discrepancy with USAP. We're excited about the new process with UPA to help mitigate these changes in the future. Paddles need to be listed on USAP and pass PPA testing protocols tested by the independent laboratory PPL. Thank you for your understanding. This seems to be part of the bigger picture in the growth of pickleball between the UPA, PPA, and the newly formed UPA of America, or UPAA. In the last 2 days alone, the UPAA, through the MLP and PPA, are putting their foot down on paddle issues. Just Tuesday, UPA announced a $50,000 fine and 60-day suspension for Andre Diescu. Less than 24 hours later, the PPA has banned the Yola Gen 3 paddles from competition. When the UPAA was formed, newly appointed President Jason Aspers was quoted as saying, "The growth of pickleball is amazing to see, but it necessitates a steward to champion the evolution of the sport in such a way that allows its players at all levels to enjoy pickleball in a safe and fair manner." The UPA of America is that steward. We will collaborate with the most respected and influential voices in the industry to guide what is best for the sport and all who value its growth to continue its meteoric rise. Paddle technology is the biggest topic in pickleball in 2024, and the overwhelming majority of players, media, and fans all think the paddles are becoming too powerful. Pro pickleballer Zane Navratil recently tweeted, "Suffered my first, with many to come, headshot from a Yola pickleball paddle today. They're out of control and ruining the game." How the ban could affect outcomes this weekend. Currently, Yola pros basically have two options at the Dallas Texas Open. One, use a Gen 2 paddle of their choosing, Perseus, Scorpius, Alpha, Hyperion, etc. Two, use a different paddle brand altogether if Yola allows this. Tyson McGuffin and Anna Bright are playing together for the first time in a PPA tournament, and now they are both going to be playing with new paddles. In an interesting storyline, if they make it to the quarterfinals, they could face Deckel Barr and Tina Pisnik. Barr and McGuffin have been playing men's doubles together for much of the year. If that matchup happens, 3 of the 4 players, McGuffin, Barr, and Bright, will be playing with a different paddle than they're used to. Federico Staksrud has now made it 10 for 10 in singles finals this year. Can he make it 11 for 11 with a new paddle? We will see. He also has the 5th best average finish on tour this year in men's doubles and is playing with James Ignatowicz this week in Dallas. Leah Jensen is the number 3 seed in women's singles, and she plays with the Gen 3. She is also playing mixed doubles with Hayden Patrickin and women's with Alex Truong. Etta Wright is only playing women's doubles this weekend in Texas. Christian Olshon had to withdraw from the tournament for medical reasons. Etta shouldn't have any problem with the new paddle as she has all the power in the world. You may be asking why Ben and Colin Johns aren't impacted by this decision. Well, Ben still plays with his Gen 2 paddle, and Colin usually only plays with the Gen 3 paddle in mixed doubles. So it shouldn't be a huge issue going back to the Gen 2 for this tournament. Pro qualifiers not included. In an unconfirmed post on Twitter, pro qualifier Grayson Golden stated 2 minutes before quali start, they announced the paddles are allowed to be used for all events today, Wednesday. If this is true, the PPA may have felt that the communication didn't get to the players playing in pro qualifiers and thought it wasn't right to stop them from playing with the newly banned paddles. It looks like the ban will be in full effect for singles on Thursday. Understandably, this is uncharted territory for the players, tournament organisers, and the paddle manufacturers themselves. It's good to see that the industry is quickly realising that there may be a developing issue with the integrity of the sport and are working to help create a set of standards everyone can abide by. Thanks ever so much for making it this far into the update. Please be sure to hit subscribe and like, comment, and rate on the platform you're watching or listening to it on, so this and future episodes can be found by and shared with other fellow pickleballers. Second thing to know, as shared on pickleball.com, looking ahead to the previously mentioned Texas Open being held in Dallas, as shared by author Jim Kloss. The draw is traditional format. Let's take a look at each draw and the interesting stories this week. Women's doubles, the number 1 seed goes to Annalie Waters, ALW, and Catherine Parento, CP. The question this week, as it is every week, is whether anyone can challenge them. The number 2 seed is Etta Wright, Megan Dizon. Hopefully, Dizon is back to 100%. When Wright Dizon are healthy, they are hard to beat, at least until they meet up with ALW CP. Wright Dizon have a very reasonable draw, so a Wright Dizon v AWCP final would not be surprising. Rachel Rohrbacher is taking the week off, so Anna Bright gets the number 4 seed with partner Kate Fay. Bright and Fay play together in the MLP, and it will be interesting to see them in a PPA format. They are likely to get tested as early as the round of 16 when they may face Bobby Oshiro, Millie Rain. The team of Jade Kawamoto, Andrea Coop earned the number 5 seed, thanks in part to their strong performance at PPA Atlanta. Kawamoto Coop are likely to face ALWCP in the quarterfinals, a rematch of the Atlanta final. Men's doubles, in men's doubles, the Johns brothers earned the number 1 seed, but the draw has done them no favours. There are several new pairings this week too. Seeded number 3 are James Ignatovic, Federico Staksrud. They will be a dangerous team. I suspect Fed will play the left side. Ignatovic is most often seen on the left, where he uses his long wingspan and power to dominate the middle, but Ignatovic can play a very good right side as well. He is very skilled at sliding right and countering with his backhand. Look for that shot this week. Another new pair is number 6 seed Julian Arnold, Pablo Tellez. Arnold and Tellez should match up well together, as Arnold plays a strong left side, and Tellez is a pure right side player. They should have an interesting quarterfinal match, if all goes as expected, against number 12 seed AJ Kohler, Noe Cliff. Cliff is a strong up-and-coming player. He was a top junior tennis player who has adapted well to pickleball, although he is still fairly new to the game. Cliff will be a top 20 player before long and is someone to watch. The number 2 seed is JW Johnson, Dylan Frazier. They appear to have a fairly smooth road to a possible final. Mixed doubles, the number 1 seed in mixed doubles is Ben Johns, Annalie Waters. One interesting possible match for them is a potential round of 16 match against Colin Johns, Andrea Coop. The number 2 seed is the steady pair of Thomas Wilson, Vivian David. They have a reasonably easy draw, and a trip to the finals would appear to be in the cards. James Ignatovic is taking this event off, so Anna Bright pairs with Tyson McGuffin as the number 3 seed. There are a number of other interesting pairings. For a couple of longer shots, the number 17 seed is Pablo Tellez, Lacey Schneeman, and the number 27 seed is Hunter Johnson, Paris Todd. Schneeman is better on the left, so playing with Tellez should help her. Johnson played very well at MLP Atlanta, and he and Todd are much better than their seed would indicate. They are likely to run into number 5 seed Deckelbar Tina Pisnik in what would be a very good round of 32 matchup. Women's singles, the top 4 seeds are in order: ALW, CP, Leah Jansen, and Salome Davice. It's quite possible that all 4 will make the semi-finals, as this draw looks like it will be chalk. It's hard to find an upset in this draw or a lower seed likely to break through. Maybe number 8 seed Caitlin Christian. Women's singles has been dominated by the top seeds this year, and it looks unlikely to change this week. Men's singles, Ben Johns regains the top seed this week and has been rewarded with a kind draw. He doesn't have any matchups with tennis-oriented players, the type who have created upsets in early rounds of prior tournaments. Federico Staksrud gets the number 2 seed and looks to make his 11th straight final. There are a couple of early round matches that will provide entertaining pickleball. In the first round, number 18, Gabe Tardio, draws number 47 seed, James Ignatovic. Ignatovic rarely plays singles, thus the low seed. But his game is quite suitable for singles, especially with his big serve and power. So look for Ignatovic to make a run. Another fascinating first round match is number 22, Chris Hayworth v number 42, Noe Cliff. Hayworth has great power and reach, while the smaller Cliff has tremendous finesse and quickness. This match will have a great contrast in styles. Hayworth will play a more tennis-like game, while Cliff will play a game that looks like pickleball doubles. Lots of chips, dinks, and drops. Hopefully this match will be on a televised course, as it will be one of the most entertaining matches of the entire week. Finally, one item worth noting is the presence in men's doubles draw of tennis great John Isner. Isner got as high as number 8 in world tennis. He has dabbled in pickleball at the pro level, but it will be interesting to see him playing in a PPA event, as that is the top end of the pro game. Isner, along with Wyatt Stone, is seeded number 19 in men's doubles. They have a very reasonable draw. Will Isner be more like Jack Sock or Sam Querrey when it comes to pickleball? All three were top tennis pros, but Sock has adapted his game more readily to pickleball and has had much more success than Querrey. Isner at 6'10" was a serve and volley tennis player, traits that typically don't translate to pickleball. It will be fascinating to see if Isner can adapt to the pro pickleball world. My guess is that he will be good, but not great, more like Querrey, not Sock. But it will be fun to watch. Paddles up.